Hello and welcome back. And so welcome to Apache Kafka with Spring Boot series. In the previous video, we looked at a high-level presentation of what Apache Kafka is, the capabilities, and some of the advanced concepts of Apache Kafka, and why we can use Apache Kafka. So in this part of the series, we'll be concentrating on the demo, we see how we can integrate it with our application, and we'll be using Java and Spring Boot framework. So in this video, we'll set up a Spring Boot project and add the necessary dependencies to start working with Kafka. So whether you're a beginner or whoever you are, I hope that this series will guide you step by step in integrating Kafka with Spring Boot. So let's dive in. First thing, we go to Spring Initializr, Spring start.spring.io. So we need to create a new Spring Boot project, and we use this Spring Initializr. It's Spring Initializr, a tool that allows us to generate a Spring Boot project with the required dependencies. So the step one is to configure project settings, and we'll be using Maven. So make sure you check the Maven. Then the language, you'll be using Java, and the Spring Boot version, yeah, we can do it 3.4.4. And then we need to add some metadata. So let's deviate it could come that it could and the artifact we can call it Kafka demo, and the name Kafka demo, description Apache Kafka with the Spring project. Package name I can yeah, Kafka, that's good. Let's use Java 21. So the next, let's add the dependency we need for Apache Kafka integration. So you see on your right side here, you see the add dependency button. So click it, and then what we need for this is Spring Web. Then we need Kafka. So there's Kafka, Apache Kafka for messaging. Then we need Lombok, which is optional. Then we need Postgres. Let's add Postgres. What the idea for this demo project is that we'll be having a stream of messages being produced, and then we'll be taking them and persisting them to the database as they are produced by the Kafka. So Lombok is to reduce boilerplate code. Postgres driver, what they're saying. A JDBC and R2DBC driver that allows Java programs to connect to Postgres database using standard database independent Java code. What else do we need? I think we also need Docker Compose support, and we can also add what? I think that's it. So this dependency will allow our application to communicate with Kafka effectively. And once everything is set, click the generate to download the project. Okay. And click generate and save Kafka demo. And once we save it, let's extract it. and you have extracted it. Yeah, here we have it. So the next thing we need to do is to open it in IDE. So you can use IntelliJ IDEA, you can use VS Code, you can use Eclipse, you can use NetBeans. Yeah, you can use even just a normal notepad. So your preferred tool of choice. For my case, I'll be using NetBeans, not NetBeans, Eclipse, not Eclipse, IntelliJ. Okay, IntelliJ. So there's Kafka demo. Then it's a Maven, so import from Maven. And there we go. Okay. So what we once it has loaded, it needs to load the Maven. You can either run, choose to run the Maven. Do you have Maven? Maven install to install the dependencies. But once you import it, it does that automatically if you are connected to the internet. Make sure you are connected to the internet. So the project structure, when you can open it, is the project structure. We see we have the we have the main class, we have the Java, then we have these files. Then we also have the resources where we have our application properties. Where we put some of our configurations to connect to Kafka, to database, etc. And then we have our very own form file here, is where you see some of the metadata is defined. Also the dependencies goes on here. If you need to add some more dependency, then this is where you would come and add the dependency. For instance, you can add a dependency. Well, then this is Olga, the Spring Boot. Then what I want here is dev tools. Dev tools. Yeah, and then the version. So Spring Boot dev tools. They once you save the code, you don't need to rerun. It runs the project again. Yeah. So if you need to add more dependencies, this is where you go to this file. POM, and you add your dependencies. Okay. So great. As you can see, our dependencies, this has run well. The installs of our dependencies are correctly added, so we can run our project to ensure everything is set up properly. So to do that, we use the command maven mvn spring boot run. I hope there is no other service using port 8080 because it would bring a conflict. Yeah, application failed to start. Yeah, exactly. Because my guess is that there is a conflict between the port. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because there are other services that are using the same port. There's another service that is using the same port. So that's it for this video. So we've successfully created a Spring Boot project with Kafka dependencies. So in I think I think I should change the port so that we can make sure that it runs successfully. Okay. Server dot port, and we give it 9876. Yeah, fix it. Yeah, my guess is that is the command or the configuration setting, the parameter for changing the port. Let's see if I made it right. Yeah, that's it. And you can see now Tomcat initialized with port 9876. By default, Spring Boot uses Tomcat as the server, but you can configure it. You can remove it if you want to use Jetty, if you want to use Brushfish. Then you can just come to the configuration here. You remove the dependency for Tomcat, and then you add your preferred server of choice. So you successfully created a Spring Boot project with Kafka dependencies. So in the next episode, we'll dive deeper into setting up Kafka producers and consumers. So if you found this helpful, that's my motivation. So see you in the next one. Thank you.